War of words, CIA Director John Brennan slamming the president-elect, saying he doesn't understand the threat that Russia poses to the world. Take a listen.
I don't think he has a full appreciation of Russian capabilities, Russians' intentions, and actions that they are undertaking in many parts of the world. And that's what the obligation and responsibility of the intelligence community is. I very much hope that our relationship with Russia improves in the coming administration.
All right, Trump, of course, not sitting back. He's firing back in a tweet saying, quote, outgoing CIA Chief John Brennan blasts President-elect Trump on Russia threat, does not fully understand. Oh, really? Couldn't do much worse. Just look at Syria, red line, Crimea, Ukraine, and the buildup of Russian nukes. Not good. Was this the leaker of fake news? Here now is Chris Harmer, Institute for the Study of War, senior naval analyst. We're going to put you right in the middle of this battle, Chris. I hope you don't mind. First, let's take the last part of Trump's message first. Do you think that John Brennan, the CIA director, he was a CIA agent for a long time, also, though, a very political kind of guy, do you think he was the one that leaked the dossier on Trump that turned out to be so full of false stuff in it?
There's no way to know with something like this. There's so many people that have access to it, so many people that have an agenda. It's almost impossible in D.C. to track down leaks. I mean, every administration tries to do that. But really, when you're talking about political appointees, which Mr. Brennan is, and a change of administration, it's not at all surprising that the outgoing political appointees have a vastly different opinion than the incoming administration. What is atypical is the fact that this is becoming a highly personalized conflict. Playing out in public. That's not good for anybody, I don't think.
It's not, and hopefully they'll straighten that out as soon as they get in. But what about Russia and Brennan's comments about Trump vis-a-vis Russia? Do you think that Trump is naive about Vladimir Putin's intentions?
I think Mr. Trump is very atypical. When you look at Russia, there's no reason for Russia and the United States to be geostrategic enemies. We were during the Cold War because we were ideological enemies, communist Russia and democratic America. At the end of the Cold War, we had a bit of a rapprochement. The resurgence of the conflict between the United States and Russia is highly centralized around Mr. Putin. Mr. Putin himself is an unrepentant communist. He's an unrepentant authoritarian. He believes that the collapse of the Soviet Union was the greatest strategic error of the 20th century.
Yeah.
So I think when Mr. Putin leaves office, and hopefully that happens sooner rather than later, I think there can be a thaw of relations between the United States and Russia.
But that could be a long time. I think he's going to have to be dragged out of there. He doesn't want to go willingly. Let's move on to something that just happened. A lot more dangerous terrorists were just released. The U.S. transferring 10 additional detainees from Gitmo to Oman. The country's foreign minister in Oman saying the inmates were accepted at President Obama's request. Chris, Oman says that they are going to, and I'm quoting here, going to be rehabilitated, these terrorists. In my mind, that's like trying to rehabilitate Charlie Manson. It can't be done. What do you think?
Yeah, it's extraordinarily difficult to rehabilitate committed ideological jihadists. No doubt that some of the people we collected on the battlefield, some of the people we took into custody, were not ideological jihadists. They were what we call transactional terrorists. Kids in the wrong place at the wrong time, looking to make some money,
but
whatever.
Not these guys.
But the vast majority, no, not these guys. The guys that are being released now, we're at the tail end of the release.
All the lighter stuff has been boiled off. Now we're down to the hardcore bunch, right?
Well, let's even look at the lighter stuff that's been boiled off. Out of 700 or so releases out of Guantanamo Bay, at least 200 have actively returned to jihadism as part of terrorist networks. So we're looking at least a 25% recidivism rate. Probably closer to 35%, maybe even as high as 50%. So I don't think we should continue doing this.
Chris, we got to stop it there because we got breaking news. Chris Harmer, good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much.